Hey guys, today I've got a very exciting product to share with you that solves a pretty big problem. I'm driving here my 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. So this has the refreshed interior for 2024 that was in the half tons prior to that. And so the problem is I don't have a means to charge my phone without physically plugging it into the truck to top it off, right? Wouldn't it be nice if there was a way that I could wirelessly charge the phone so that I don't have to plug anything in? I could just set it down and let it charge, right? This is an SLE trim level, by the way, and with the bench seat, I have this little flip-up jump seat, this little console storage area, and it does have a little insert right here where sometimes I actually do put my phone. Wouldn't it be neat if I could actually make this a wireless charger right here in the middle console, and then when I set my phone right here where it stays put while I'm driving, it would be charging wirelessly? Well, that is exactly the problem that this product solves. Today I'm going to show you the wireless phone charger offered by Boost Auto. Now every time I get in my truck, I can set my phone right here on the insert that was already there from the factory, and now it wirelessly charges. Everything looks OEM, it's seamless, and I'm going to give you all the install details, so stay tuned. Now guys, let me just interrupt the video and talk about what is Boost Auto. Who is Boost Auto? Because if you're like me, I only became familiar with them in the last year or so. And basically Boost Auto, first of all, they're US based, which I really like, but they're all about high quality accessories for trucks, especially GM trucks, that have a very OEM, fit and finish. And so they have some really interesting products right here. I've got all the products that match my truck, which is a 2024 GMC Sierra, the 2500, 3500 series. And I mean, check this out. They have different things for towing mirrors. Maybe you bought your truck and you didn't option it a certain way and you regret it after the fact, and so you want to add some of that OEM functionality. They have all sorts of different towing mirror accessories. Then they've got running boards, again, that have a very OEM fit and finish, very functional. Then they have things like the cab lights. These cab lights are really nifty here. They can add some really neat effects to your truck here. I'll just slide through some of these videos so you can see the different effects that you can get with these cab lights here. Very neat. Of course, they offer the wireless phone charging kit that I'm showing you in today's video. And then they even offer things like the turn signal that's integrated into your side mirrors there. That's pretty slick there. And again, all these different products that they offer, they essentially solve problems that you may not have even been aware that you have. And so definitely check out their full catalog. But everything is just super high quality, very much an OEM fit and finish. And it's just really great knowing that they're USA based. They've got a very helpful staff, and they've got some very nice installation videos to make sure you know how to do these mods properly on your truck. And speaking of the install, like I said, I think Boost Auto has some really great install videos for all their products. I mean, I think they have the right amount of detail in them. And so rather than me try to recreate that install, I'm just going to show you some of the highlights of how the product is installed and talk about any difficulties that I had during the install. And so what you're looking at here is the finished product. And I love just how OEM this looks. I mean, if I didn't tell you that I had a wireless charger installed here that's aftermarket, you probably wouldn't guess it because it just has a really nice OEM appearance. But basically, when I flip this up, you can see here that I had to drill a small hole right here in this panel for the wire that supplies the power to that wireless charger. And so in the install videos, they walk you through how to take off this panel right here. It's very basic. I did have a little bit of difficulty prying this panel off down here, this lower panel. It basically has some tabs that snap into it, and there's two more screws under here that you have to remove. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking off the 6 screws on this outer panel right here, and then kind of got my hand behind it and kind of pushed this lower panel out from behind, because it's got 2 tabs down here that are screwed in, so you can't just pull the whole thing off. You do need to pop it out first. But that is one thing that helped me a little bit there. Just had a really tight snap. But basically that panel was the only thing that I struggled with. You can see here I've got the OEM pad that was here before Compare that to the wireless charging pad. They're very similar. It's just got a really nice OEM finish. But basically there's a wire that you drill a hole for, and you can see actually in this business card holder where it comes out on the other side when you drill it. You can still actually put business cards in here. You might lose a little bit of capacity, but then the cord runs right through this hole that I drilled, and then it goes down here along the side to the back. Here's a view from the back seat. And again, I just really like how OEM everything looks. But continuing with that wire, it basically goes under the lid, and then you tuck it in between the soft portion of the console and the outer arm here. And then it basically just tucks around here. This is the only exposed portion in the back, and it is covered in wire loom. You can see right there, but it basically just goes around and then inside the bottom portion of the console. And so part of the install, and they walk you through all this in the install video, is removing this side panel here, kind of popping up this top, and then the same on the other side. And that gives you access to this lower panel where the vents are and your USB. And so basically we're borrowing power from the USB ports down there, 12 volt power, and that's what's supplying power to the wireless charging pad. Of course, they give you all the install parts you need, all the wiring, all the connectors, even the T-taps to tap in and borrow that 12 volt power. The only thing that I had to supply was the electrical tape to tape up some of the wire, the surplus wire, and some tie wraps. And then of course the basic tools that are mentioned in the install video. But guys, it was really straightforward. And basically what I did is I pulled up their install video on my phone, and I would play it, pause it, rewind it. That got me through the install. I think really the most difficult part, beyond that one panel I mentioned that I had a little difficulty with, was just if you're a bigger person, getting down here, getting your shoulders and arms down there to do all the wiring. I mean, other than that, it was really straightforward. I think that even if you haven't done a lot of projects like this before, using their very helpful install video, this is definitely something that you can do, DIY. So those are the install details, but a couple things I really like about this wireless charger from Boost Auto. First is they've even incorporated a little LED into the wireless charging pad, and so I can easily tell, what's going on, whether the phone is charging or fully charged. And you can actually change, they've got a few different modes where you can change the color of the LED as far as whether it indicates when your phone is charging or full or powered on. So it's really neat that they've incorporated that depending on your preference for the LED. But then I also like that I haven't lost any functionality here. I mean, the phone still stays put in this little insert, this little cutout that was in the lid all along. And so the phone isn't sliding around. It's got a nice grippy surface, and it basically just stays put here, and it's wirelessly charging every time that I'm driving in the truck. Now, for those curious, I am testing it with a Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. That's an Android phone. It does have an aftermarket case on it from Caseology, and sometimes cases can interfere with wireless charging, but so far this combination seems to be working just fine. Well guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm really excited about this new product in my truck here because it looks OEM, and it's going to solve the problem now of being able to charge my phone without plugging it in while I'm driving. Now, for those curious, I've been driving around for about 10 to 15 minutes or so, and wireless charging is always going to be slower than plugging your phone in physically. But for the last 10 to 15 minutes, the battery has gone up from about 75% to about 82%. So that kind of gives you an idea of how quickly it charges. But I just love how it's OEM, and it's always going to be working when my truck is on, and I can just easily set the phone there. Really slick. I also want to say a special thanks to Boost Auto for providing the wireless charger for this video. And like I said before, Boost Auto has some really neat OEM-like solutions, especially for GM trucks. And so definitely check out their website. I'll include links below for this exact wireless charger. They also offer it for, the Tahoe, for the Suburban, half-ton trucks, basically anyone that have a similar jump seat here. The kits are a little bit different from truck to truck or SUV, and so definitely look at all the different options there. But I just really like working with Boost Auto. It's great to work with a US-based company, and they've got some really interesting products. So definitely check out their website. If you have any questions, definitely drop me a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.